As prices of petrol and diesel hit the historic high, Indian Petroleum Minister has indicated that the government may cut excise duty to soften the impact of oil prices on consumers. Union Oil Minister Dharmendra Pradhan's comments come at a time when the rising international crude oil prices following cut in production by Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, or the OPEC. The price of petrol in Delhi reached a record high of 76 rupees on a litre on Sunday, while diesel prices rose to an all-time high of over 67 rupees a litre. According to reports, the minister has written to Saudi Arabia to keep crude prices stable and moderate. The minister has also blamed prospects of US sanctions on Iran, Venezuela political crisis for sharp rise in crude oil prices.
ମୁଁ स्वीकार करुच्ची साधारण जनता को ए प्रकार विशेष करके मध्यवित्त और निम्न मध्यवित्त गरीब परिवार को ए प्रकार तेल दाम कष्ट दौछि गुड़िया विषय आम हाथ न थाए अंतर्जातिक स्तर में दुई तीन घटना जो भाई आम उल्लेख करली ओपेक देश समूहर उत्पादन कम करिवार निष्पत्ति अमेरिका और ईरान रो झगड़ा वेनेजुएला रे अंतर्द्वंद कारण गृह कंदल कारण सेठिकार अर्थनीति भुसुड़ी पड़ा एगुड़ा प्रमुख कारण आज अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बाजार रे कंचा तेल रो दाम बढ़िबा भारत सरकार या पई तीक्ष्ण दृष्टि रखिछंती किछि ना किछि रास्ता बाहर कराजिबा।
Petrol prices are at an all-time high, where you heard the Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan talk about how the US sanctions imposed on Iran have also impacted the oil prices, and he also spoke to the officials in the UAE to keep the prices of the crude oil a bit moderate there. Well, on Sunday, the oil prices reached to an all-time high, with the diesel reaching 69 rupees a litre. That has caused massive trouble for car makers and the people behind four wheels in the country. This is a historic high, as we've been telling you. The Indian Petroleum Minister has indicated that the government may cut excise duty to soften the impact of oil prices on consumers. Well, the fact that this is a historic high explains a lot on what the country is going through now. Let's remind our viewers that diesel is going to be at 69 rupees a litre. That's the highest mark it's ever reached. And the Petroleum Minister has ensured that he will take swift action and that the prices remain steeply down. Joining me on the program is our political editor, Kartikeya Sharma. Kartikeya, the Petroleum Minister has indicated that the government may cut excise duty to soften the impact of oil prices on consumers. When will we see this in effect, and how will consumers' problems be eased after all?
See, the biggest issue is that both state governments and central government, they use oil as a product to create revenue for their social scheme, because India that way does not generate that much of revenue from industries and other tax structures, because hardly I would say 5 to 7% of Indian pay taxes. Rest of the India is untaxed. Agriculture is untaxed. So the basic problem is your taxation base is very, very limited. So oil is one commodity through which you run the maximum program, and oil is a commodity which is taxed both by the central and the state government. And it is through these the tax that your programs like Narega, or your programs like Anna Bhagya of Karnataka, or Amma Canteen, or Indira Canteen, the basic pro-poor programs are subsidized, funded. Now what is happening is that the prices have shot through the roof, for simple reason that the Navratnas, the basic companies, are not willing to reduce their profit share. But when we say the profit of Navratna, basically their profit is cross-subsidizing the government of India. And this is the reason why that the middle class is getting the hard end of this policy, for simple reason that they end up paying the prices. And anyway, the barrel value or the crude internationally has soared. So unlike other countries where middle class gets cushioned by government from extremely high volatile prices. Indian middle class does not get that question for simple reason, because now the prices are automated. It's not as if the state is deciding. These are automated prices. Only time they got froze was because of the Karnataka election, maybe perhaps because of the EC guidelines. So that's the real problem. The structural problem, Jessica, is that we have not been able to resolve the issue of limited tax base. Now, demonetization, move towards cashless economy was an effort in increasing the tax base, but then it ran into a political quagmire. A political party said that this has created problem, and the BJP was on defensive. But the whole effort of a cashless economy and demonetization was to increase tax base, to ensure that there is compliance. People who are making money pay government taxes, should not pilfer them away.